Perfect. Woo!
Whoa, oh, oh, la da da da, oh, 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 la da da da, oh, 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 la da da da, making our Christmas memories. I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, I spend my time running around, keeping people pleased. But this is my favorite holiday. It's a chance to start over new. 'Cause I missed you so I'm letting go of everything but you. These are the good times with you. Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire and chill. Isn't our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to hold you close, forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, oh, la da da da, oh, 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 la da da da, oh, 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 la da da da. Making our Christmas memories. I've been wrapping presents for you. I've been hanging marbles in the tree, and I've lit my house with Christmas lights. So you should come back home to me. And when we wake up in the morning, I'm gonna play those carols that you love. We'll be singing all the melodies until the sun comes up. These are the good times with you. Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire and chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to hold you close, forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, oh, la da da da, oh, 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 la da da da. Making our Christmas memories. Yes, these are the good times with you. Don't even care what we do if I spend it with you. Just you and nobody else. It's so good to see you again, to see you again. Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire, chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to hold you close, forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories.
Oh wow! Look at the
That's why.
layout.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
I try to make it festive for Halloween and Christmas. When I can. So, alrighty. So we are back once again. We are live and picking up from the events of Blood Ties. And just as a quick FYI, if for some reason my camera goes back off again, please don't worry about it. I can hear it. It's actually physically turning off. So I'm going to know it before you guys do, probably. So don't sweat it. I'll have to turn it on or off or whatever. But in the meantime, it is what it is. Do we have somebody to do recap for us?
My notes, I guess I'm going to do a recap.
Okay.
Alrighty. So, basically, in pursuit of the kidnappers, a job assigned to the sweeper by the marshal. The sweeper and a small group of kindred search Salem, nearby town, for clues on a bruja known as Romanowski. They locate Juan Perales, a mule that had been working for the Picaro cartel. Juan had vanished 5 months ago. Somehow, Romanowski stole him. Kindred in attendance this night were Ben, Seth, Johnny, Trudy, and Rivas. Others present were Zyla, Hadrian, and two Giovanni escorts, Cuddles, and Doogie. Skipping onward, Juan is convinced to cooperate with the Kindred in taking down Romanowski. Ben contacts the cartel about taking Juan back without killing him. A homeless guy is mind-bent by Trudy and released. The party uses blood vials provided by Hadrian to fill up for the evening. Hadrian relocates the group to a Giovanni mansion where Cuddles remodels the Christmas tree. The group learns that 1 to 3 sorcerers are still present in town and that a detente exists with the Giovanni and the sorcerers. Revis agrees to be bait for the trap, first error made. The group is unaware that Juan has potence, second error made, and when he play attacks Revis, he actually knocks him out for 3 rounds. Romanowski picks up Revis and starts to walk away. Revis wakes up and attempts to pull him to the ground, third mistake made, and discovers the opponent is far stronger than they had been led to believe. Romanowski then decks Revis into torpor, a blessing considering his fate later on. Johnny then attempts to intervene and almost gets ripped in half, forcing him to retreat. By then, Ben and Trudy then arrive as Romanowski drops Revis down into the sewers in a very short battle. Romanowski stakes Ben and holds off Trudy and Seth before leaping into the sewer, grabbing Revis and running. Seth unstakes Ben. Once again, a fast, brief chase takes place. Ben meets Romanowski in a short, brutal battle that leaves Ben without an arm and incapacitated. Picking up Revis one more time, Romanowski flees, chased by Trudy, who now fears that Revis is about to be lost. With no backup, as Seth and Johnny were far behind, she chases Romanowski onto the streets of Salem, where in a daring and desperate rescue, she shoots the tires of the fleeing car out and jumps onto the roof. In the background, the Giovanni escorts are going ballistic, as Trudy has clearly gone in pursuit of a kindred with far more power than they had been led to believe. The vehicle Romanowski is driving careens down the streets with Trudy on top, claws embedded in the roof. In a desperate move to end the chase, she punches out the driver window and rakes her claws across the face of the unknown driver, blinding him. The vehicle is then rammed by the Giovanni escorts, and they riddle Romanowski's body, putting him into end cap. Trudy then stakes him. Revis is found in 2 pieces and in torpor, and the Giovanni torch everything in the various cars. Trudy escapes with her escort. Revis, I'm not sure if this actually took place, if Trudy actually revived him or not.
Revived who?
Me.
No, not yet.
No, they were going to wait till they got back to Ashland and have you in a more.
I watched the conversation,
safe.
so I saw that some of that last part didn't take place.
Okay.
There's your short summary.
Yeah, there we go. So
All right.
that also includes a little bit of what happened in between games where the group managed to convince the cartel to take back Juan with some schmoozing. And then the Wacy Romanowski was handed over to the marshals. The Marshal Service, and blown away. So at this point, our erstwhile team are driving back to Ashland, licking their wounds. Thankfully, thankfully Revis is unaware of the predicament that he is in. He's traveling by trunk.
I would think so. Let's put a legless body inside the vehicle, and we'll get pulled over almost instantly. Yeah, okay. That'll be fun to explain.
So, as of right now, the group is pulling into Ashland, those who have left. It looks like Demon Monkey Santa. Basically, it was somebody who made the mutant enemy. It's a brief little trailer that you see at the end of like every episode of Firefly.
No, it's not that. It's like it's not the mutant enemy logo that I'm referring to.
Okay. Because I don't.
It's like a pink face with like fangs, and
that's not a monkey.
It's like a big. It's what?
That's not a monkey. That's
it's
Santa.
Vampire Santa.
It looks like a monkey.
Okay, so
whatever.
Glad the person without glasses.
Yeah, glad we established that because that is definitely
quite
not a monkey.
Familiar with mutant enemy logo.
Okay. Anywho, so Sophie, at this point, we'll assume that you, with everybody coming back in, you've probably called for a meeting of some kind. Plus,
Yeah, so-
you've got help on the way.
So Sophie would call everybody to the train museum,
Okay.
and she would probably have asked Colin to help her move the goods.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yes, that's not a problem.
I'm glad he's good for something.
You mean outside of abs?
I mean, that goes without saying.
Okay. So then everybody at this point is driving back. You are pulling up to those of you who are driving are finally pulling up to the train museum. You can see that there is someone waiting out front. The lights are on upstairs, obviously, not all of them. So it's clear that it's private gathering only, which you're those of you who have been here are used to at this point. But when you get near it, or when you get near the stairs, it's Colin that's actually kind of running security or just making sure that no one is around that shouldn't be. As he recognizes everyone, he just kind of motions everybody as you show up quickly upstairs. And in the meeting room, it's not really a room, it's all kind of like one open area in the museum, but sectioned off into different, sectioned off a little bit for different displays. But there is a area that is used for small areas of entertainment, a little bit of music or reading time. And that's basically where Sophie has set up shop at this point. And she has two refrigeration containers in there, which stands out in the museum with a big red cross on the side.
So Damaris will walk in, and after I'm assuming she has been there for what, maybe, is it the same night as far as like her trip coming back, or the day after or something?
At this point you've probably been back a night.
Okay. Then Damaris is probably one of the first people there to help Colin, like, just usher people in or whatever. And she'll look at the Red Cross cooler and just kind of look at Sophie. Is everything okay?
Apparently not, but we'll assess the damage as soon as everyone else gets here.
Damage, huh? Wow. Okay, now lots happened. I only took a trip for a couple of nights. My gosh.
Where did you go?
I went to Boston.
Boston? Oh.
I told you I wanted to follow up on the Roxy situation, and I did, and I have a fair bit of information that I think will hopefully help us.
That's great. You want to sit on that until everybody else gets here?
I'll wait till people get here. I mean, unless you'd rather discuss it privately first, since I did speak with the prince.
Do you think it needs to be a private conversation?
I mean, honestly, no, because, I mean, we already know she's an issue, and frankly, it's my job. Well, I'm taking it on as my job to get rid of her. So it's whoever wants to help, I'm fine with that.
Interesting. Okay. Well,
when they get there, Steph will help Ben inside.
Yeah. So when you guys come walking, so when everybody starts walking in, Ben looks like he has either he has a fake arm, or for some reason he has a coat that doesn't fit right, and maybe his arm is like tucked away on the inside or something. It's clear there's a looseness to one side of his body. And Johnny is probably walking in with a big body bag at this point.
Yeah. Oh.
That's about half as full.
I'm just gonna look at them like, okay, what happened, guys?
Oh, Damaris, you missed it.
Long night.
Part of me thinks I'm glad I did, but what
Oh
happened?
man.
Well, oh wait.
Trudy was car surfing and then she clawed the guy and then they got into an accident and then the guys were like "Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da," like that. Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah, it's real awesome.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, is this everyone?
Yep. And he's gonna place. Is there like a table?
Oh yeah.
Okay, he's gonna place the torso of Revis on the table.
Okay.
Unzip the body bag and
Oh
there's
gosh.
Revis. Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Are you? And he's still in there after all that?
Yeah.
He is in Ash, so
He's torpid. Yeah, not destroyed.
Okay.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I don't need to do this, but I'm gonna walk up to him and I'm gonna go ahead and use my only, salubri power and just sort of gauge his health.
That's a good idea.
oh yeah, I forgot I had that.
I love the fact that when you guys get mass trauma, I can actually get her to use that now.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, when it's relevant, right?
Yeah. I forget when I need to roll for that one. I gotta look it up. If I need to roll anything really, but
I'm resisting. Trust me.
Are you?
No.
I'm not capable of resisting. I'm torpid.
Exactly.
I was like, that's very willful.
There is only certain circumstances where when you're in torpor, I think when you're trying to be drank down, you can actually resist. But I think that's about it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jerome. I don't know what I'm rolling for that.
For
Just sense vitality, basically, or
you
sense
have
death.
Valerian, right?
Yes, Valerian. It's just one dot. Nothing special.
Here we go. You need to roll perception and empathy, difficulty 7.
Damn. Okay. Perception. Okay. You should look. Yeah, I bought that up. All right, one second. Let me get to the. Oh, there it is. Difficulty 7.
Difficulty 7.
Two.
Okay, for 2. Okay, so you have positively identified him as a vampire.
Good to know.
Yay.
And at 2 successes,
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, at 2 successes, he is also completely torpid.
Yeah, I know that.
Yes. However, you do not see any aggravated damage.
Okay. So I'm gonna kind of just examine him and just kind of look at the other half that's missing. So, did you take both halves or just the one?
The bottom half was Ash. This is
It
the top.
mummified.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh wow. All right. Interesting. Well, I can tell you that his he hasn't taken permanent damage. It can be healed, but it definitely will take him a minute. It's not aggravated. I don't know what. See, I have no idea whatever else to refer to that as.
I actually
Aggravated
forgot
would be an
I had that
appropriate term.
ability.
Okay, it's not. Yeah, it's not aggravated, but much like my arm, you will need to find him another half.
So
We have to find him a bottom half.
he's
can't
not
do
going
it.
to just regrow it.
I imagine he could.
Well,
but
He could, and it would take a long time. I mean, could be a Deadpool situation, but I don't want him walking around with baby legs.
Is that
Hmm.
how that works?
I'd imagine.
No, I've never been
You
around
could
long
put him
enough
on a
to-
skateboard.
to know.
He
But
and Oogie
yeah, I
roll
mean,
along.
he lost an entire half. He lost 2 limbs and then some. So 3, I guess, if you're being technical.
Score 1 for Rachel.
But
Does the new half
I mean,
have to
he
have that
seems-
one?
He seems like the sort of person that would like a say in what the bottom half looks like, or
well,
fits
you can wake
like.
him up. I mean, he's functional, but he's gonna be thirsting, sure. So
Okay, well, I have procured 20 blood packs
Ooh.
at great
That's a
personal
lot.
cost, but let's figure out how we can best utilize them. I'm sure you're all very hungry. Ben, you
Ben needs it.
Ben.
Yeah.
Ben really,
That'd be great. Appreciate it.
yeah.
Like-
By the way, Ben, what's up with your arm? Did you dislocate it? It looks a little off.
So he goes ahead and he like moves the jacket to show that the arm is clearly fake and he doesn't actually have a left arm now.
Oh, twinsies.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a lot easier to grow than the bottom half of your body.
I bet.
Can he regrow it?
No, you'll need to find one to attach to then grow into it, if you will. So, but yeah, you can fix it. That's why this one has no tattoos. Remember?
Right. That'll be
okay?
fun.
So, I guess first order of business: waking up Revis.
I'm gonna be on standby with
Does anyone know?
Quell,
Does
just in
anyone
case.
know how close to Kane he is?
No, he doesn't talk about that kind of stuff.
I don't.
Does anyone know if there's a way that we can know that?
If I had blood walk, I could. But I don't have that.
Jerome,
Yes.
No. So I guess the really only thing is it's sort of tested. I mean, I am 8 generations
because
removed.
this is not the sort of thing that we want to figure out by trial and error, because everybody he feeds from, he will
Okay.
be bound to. So, Jerome, can people communicate telepathically in torpor?
Elders can.
I mean, can Sophie communicate telepathically to someone in torpor?
You could certainly give it a try.
Okay.
If it helps, I'm 8th gen.
You know when you roll those 3 10s?
If it helps, what?
When
He's
she, when she
8 10?
rolled the 3 10s in the last battle, that's about what you would need.
No, I was saying if it helps, I'm 8th gen.
Oh, well, so am I. Yeah.
I mean, she could try it. I mean, I might as well try it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
Difficulty?
Oops, I didn't close that out. That is a great question. I don't know offhand. 1 second. Come on. Come on.
They can all put a blood point in a chalice and just give it to him.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, give him the Valdery while you're at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, technically
I'm sure he'd
speaking, would that
appreciate
work?
that. Would
No.
what work?
Technically, would that work to wake somebody up?
I'd have to
long
make
as
a
one of them is
ruling
low
on it.
enough.
But
No.
I mean, yeah, if there was enough people that had enough, had a high enough, gen could probably pull it off. Okay, so you need to roll intelligence and subterfuge, and your difficulty is 5.
Wow.
Oh, well, you must be
All
penalized
right.
for being in torpor. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
3.
3. Okay, so have you ever picked up a phone and you were talking to somebody and then there's just dead air?
Yes.
And it says that you've made the connection and you know somebody's there, but just nothing's coming through? That's kind of that's basically what you're getting.
Okay.
He's home,
Well-
but just not responsive.
So, Damaris. who
Wait,
do you
there's no
think-
dreams of Trish? I'm disappointed, Jerome.
Between the two of us, who do you think he'd rather be bound to?
Me.
Okay, so do it.
Yeah, that seems fairly obvious, babe. But yeah,
No offense, no question about it. Me.
Appreciate the enthusiasm. Damaris, would you like to? Go
Colin
ahead.
raises his hand. He says, can I speak real quick? I know I'm not like one of you. I'm like adjacent, but
I mean, you're basically.
suggestion?
Sure.
Can we make sure Ben is full first?
Yes. Please do that.
good idea, Magic
Because
Man.
he looks like hell warmed over right now, and I'm sure he would appreciate it.
Yeah. So I will wait. And I will also make sure I have a couple of bags ready for Revis.
Right,
Once he
okay.
gets woken up. Or once I do that.
Ben walks over and takes a few packets here. Let's see here. Because he still has aggravated. Remind me again how I know aggravated damage takes longer to heal.
It does. So for
how,
the first
Point a
attempt,
day, right?
you can make one attempt per day. Basically, when aggravated damage first happens, you can make one attempt in that instance to heal it, regardless of your situation at that point, and then it's per day thereafter. And you always have to spend 3 blood points and a willpower point to get to heal an aggravated damage.
Yeah,
Okay.
it sucks.
Gotcha.
Jerome, can I also call my herd to come here?
You can. Keep in mind, the herd is not in the know.
Yeah, they're going to see things you don't want
Okay.
them to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 'cause
herd,
otherwise
herd
Well,
is essentially
She'd be
just like
calling in
people
her
that.
and Ben's herd.
That's the reason why herd
People that
can
are
be
into-
good, but
Okay.
they're usually just like tied to the one person
Okay.
because they're not really in the know. They just know that they hang out with you and they seem to like it a lot for one reason
Okay.
or another.
Well, we'll keep that on the back burner then.
So then Ben's going to go ahead and take 5. He's going to drink from like 5 of those pouches.
Okay. So 5 of the supply is down at this point. And are you attempting to heal Ben?
He'll heal his last lethal that he has, so that he only has aggravated, and that puts him at being wounded, so it's not so bad.
Cool. Okay. So you're not going to try to heal your ag at this point. You're just going to heal the lethal.
Yeah, because just
Oh my
just
gosh.
also-
5 points gets you to wounded.
well, no. I had 1 lethal damage, so I had to heal that one. So like I was very low on
Oh, that's true.
actual
You
blood.
were okay. Right.
He
right,
was
right.
spending
Sorry,
he was
go ahead.
spending a lot to keep up with
Yeah, I
Lacey
forgot.
and
Exactly.
the big fisticuffs and whatnot.
I remember now.
Yeah.
So he goes ahead and does that. Looks slightly better. Like,
And what does that bring you up to total?
so now he has
5 minus 1 is 4 plus whatever you have for your total.
yeah. So now he's at 10 blood.
Okay.
Oh.
Way better.
You're
Yeah.
good.
a lot less tense.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so he
Okay.
does that.
I'd probably go ahead and take a couple of bags. That'll put me at 9.
Okay, define a couple.
2 bags.
Okay, so just 2 bags, so it's down a total of 7 right now. Somebody can
So that puts
keep
my
track of that.
blood pool at 9.
Okay, that'll work. So Rachel, before
Johnny,
you,
what are you at?
Before you go and try to raise,
You should have a few.
Yeah.
before you go and try to raise Revis, Colin walks over and takes both of his hands and places them on either side of his head.
Okay. I just kind of look up at him like with an eyebrow raised. Sure. And I have the
If he
blood bags
frenzies,
next by.
if he frenzies, this is the risky point.
That is true. That's true. There's a couple of bags there. Hopefully, it'll get him at least to a stable point. But I am on standby as well with quelling him.
Okay,
Actually-
so you have to give him your blood first.
Sure.
Yes, I'm going to. I'm just telling him,
Okay.
literally in character, I'm telling him this is the plan.
You
Cool.
didn't tell me how much blood I actually lost from that. I'm just letting you know before we get that far.
Oh yeah, I know.
Oh, okay. You know, as long as one of us knows, I don't care.
All right. So,
Indeed.
I don't know how much blood I need to give him to try to
wake
wake
him
him. So
Just
I'm
one.
going to start with 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should just take 1 blood
Should
point
just
to
take
wake
1.
him.
I'll give him 1 point, and what she'll do is she'll just do with her pinky finger, just sort of do a line this way rather, across her wrist and feed him a point.
Okay, she does it all Mandarin style. She's like, "Ooh, I'm
Yep.
Chinese." How they had those like extra long pinky nail sort of thing routine going on.
Of course.
All right, so Revis, you are back in the land of the living. You need to give me a self-control check, difficulty 9.
Yeah. Self-control is just self-control?
Just
Good thing you
self-control.
can't run.
Yeah, right.
Oh my god, that is so true. I just need to step back out of his arm reach.
Can snakes regrow? Like regenerate? Can snakes regenerate? Like
No,
like worms do?
no, not like that.
No,
no.
not like a lizard tail. He just can't.
Because that could be really interesting, actually.
I think I did that wrong. It only gave me one result, which was a /MM.
Yeah, don't put in the D10. So /MM space 3 space 9.
Okay.
Yeah, and then whatever specialty you may have.
Wow.
Nice, you got one.
You got one. Okay. So when you wake up, you are prone, obviously, and you realize that Damaris has raised you because you can see she had her wrist out and cut. You have your faculties, but if you don't get food soon, you are going to lose it. You are right now at 3 blood.
I immediately pick up a blood bag and just pop it onto his fangs and just
Yeah,
squeeze
because they
it into his mouth, like juice pack style. Just
Okay.
after 2 he would tell you to stop because it's missing what's left of his outfit.
Oh, no.
he just keeps on. I don't care.
So,
I'm not taking a chance.
So, just question: how much did Johnny take?
Johnny took 5.
So we have
5 and 5, and then 2, so 12 gone out of the 20.
We have 8.
Okay.
I took. I want to say I took 5 as well for him
Okay.
initially.
So that means there's 3 left over.
Plus the point that he got for me. So yeah.
Oh, that's true.
That's true. Yeah. So you have a total of 6 now, Stephen. You're 1 point blood bonded to Damaris.
Okay, so that goes on the part where it's weakness.
Weakness should be a strength.
I should have done it.
Yeah, try convincing the set out of that.
Great.
I should have done it. Have him
You like Damaris though.
go
I
down
do.
to a Tremere.
I do like Damaris.
Imagine if it was her. That would be a weakness.
That would cause
Hey!
problems.
Wow.
That
Be
would
nice.
cause some severe problems, and
Sorry.
you might, if
That's
that
why.
was that would probably have caused him to frenzy. That would probably have
Jeez, no
caused him
love
to
Lesser
for
frenzy.
the
evil.
Tremere.
Lesser evil.
So once it looks like Revis is just drinking and isn't trying to like freak out and
No.
eat people, with
I'll
half
slow
of his
down.
body,
That way, yeah.
Colin backs off and lets go of him.
And Sophie's gonna go and like clasp his hand and say, "Revis, I know. Are you with us?"
He's just kind of like rolls his eyes briefly and goes like, "I'm with whoever's here, but laying on this doesn't let me know who's here." The first question he'd ask is, "Did Ben survive?"
Yeah, you didn't get rid of me that easy.
And they
Damaris will sort of lean over him and just like, sorry, buddy, but you like me a little more now.
Can we prop him up so that way he can like see us?
probably won't feel great, but sure.
Yeah. Okay. Johnny's gonna walk
Should
over.
Get him a
and-
little wagon or something.
Yeah.
Just a skateboard.
A
But Doogie
skateboard.
pulling him. Yes, put him on a skateboard and Doogie can pull him around.
Oh my god. All I see is Eddie Murphy
Yep.
from Trading Places
From Trading Places.
just skating along on the fucking sidewalk. Sorry. Oh my god.
There you go, Revis. Now you can
I'm
see
here.
all of us.
He goes, "Where's Trudy?"
Malcolm took her away.
He just kind of gets this look on his face. Okay, Sophie. What happened?
Well,
'Cause technically, Revis doesn't know beyond when the ambush
Right.
fell apart.
obviously I was not there. Does anyone have a decent picture of the incident and want to give us a rundown?
Car crashed and you were cut in half.
That's what Trudy said, and she brought your body back. And yeah.
Wait, what?
now we're-
No, I feel like you're missing a whole bunch of hours prior to that.
We got
What happened?
We got Wacy, ultimately. Wacy Romanowski, for those of you that didn't go there. So he was up there, along with the guy that I was looking for, Juan Perales. Wacy
Wow. Two
actually...
birds. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. It worked out as much as it could, but yeah, he had Juan as his ghoul. We figured that out. Managed to get Juan to lead us to Wacy because he was getting
Wait,
humans
Wacy-
for him.
Juan was Wacy's school.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's
Okay.
the reason why he went missing.
So then we tried to jump him and went to hell in a handbasket, but ultimately he bit off my arm. He got in a car wreck with Revis as he took him. That's why he lost his lower half. But Trudy managed to actually catch up with them and help to cause that wreck and torpor Wacy. And Trudy made sure to deliver him to the marshal.
Wow.
Okay.
That's your
Excellent.
badass.
Right.
And before anybody could show up, she pulled her and her guys pulled Revis out of the wreckage.
Good.
So do I owe Trudy?
Yes.
I'd say, yeah, she's the main one who saved you.
If she hadn't pursued, we would have lost you to Wacy.
Yeah.
Wacy was a
Revis
lot
just kind
more,
of looks at
was
Sophie
a
and
lot
goes,
stronger than we
Revis
anticipated.
acknowledges a major boon to Trudy.
Wow.
Noted.
Yeah, I think next time we go after somebody for the marshals, they need to give us a little bit more intel. We were not prepared for this.
I
Maybe
have
they didn't know.
communicated that to them, and they kind of threw it back at me and suggested that we should have known to take care of him before he landed on their radar. But obviously,
Oh my gosh.
Okay, whatever.
that's hardly fair. But it is what it is. We're still on the same side as far as that is concerned. So
Until they decide we're not.
we'll deal with that
Well,
when we
let's
get to
not
it.
get to that point.
So I guess our next order of business is to get you to Hull. Unless, Damaris, do you want to talk about your trip first?
Oh, yeah, and unfortunately, this is why I wasn't able to go with you guys. I wasn't even in town. I went to Boston to visit with the prince,
Hmm.
and
Remind me who's the prince up there?
Sean Conrad. He's Leannon.
Wait, does that make it a... Wait, he's a prince? So it's a
Yes.
Cam City?
I mean, they actually technically don't recognize official sex there. However you pronounce that. Rachel can't pronounce that. Factions.
It's like he
but
turned it into a monastery. Oh my goodness! This is
yeah,
Boston.
Well,
but
you know,
they
a lot
they
of vampires
basically
don't care.
I mean, it's not considered a Cam City. It's basically what's wrong? Is that considered like an independent city or not? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's considered an independent city.
It's not common, but there are some.
Yeah. And for all intents and purposes, you can call him the prince of it, essentially. But
Okay. All right.
I went there because I can't let this Roxy thing go.
I'm not opposed to that.
She is to me a threat to our city, my, yours. And based on what I had a really in-depth conversation, and actually it wasn't just with Prince. I mean, I met with others in the same meeting, but it, gosh, they really hate her there. Really hate her.
Wait, so she's known to them as a sorcerer?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Indeed.
I mean, she took 50 million from the city's coffers. Yeah, I bet they learned about her and are pissed.
Oh yeah, yeah. They she is no yeah, she's no stranger there. And they got her out because they managed to create a curse and get some of her blood to drive her out.
Oh,
Yeah, so
That's
they
very
had
interesting.
a hell of a time through normal channels trying to get rid of her because she was causing so many issues within the city as far as, just her activities. See, I'm gonna pull up my notes here on this because there was a lot that we went over. So, okay, 1 second. But yeah, she was driven out because of a curse, not because she finally calmed the city out of enough of their money.
Couldn't we just kill her?
Damaris just kind of looks at you like with an eyebrow raised, with a little tiny shrug. I don't know yet. I don't know if I can go that far yet.
And Sophie kind of looks over to see if Colin is still what he thinks about all of this.
He's just listening at this point.
Can she read his face?
I mean, yeah, I'm looking at him like, I mean, they said that she was looking for something up there. They didn't know what, but we know that she was looking for you out here, but I don't know if that's just a cover or not.
So he's not betraying any emotion at this point. He's pretty stone cold right now.
They
Let's
used
see.
a curse.
They did. They utilized
tell you what
the
kind?
Tremere in their city
The
to
Tremere?
develop a curse.
What kind of curse?
Blood curse. They managed to. They didn't tell me how they got her blood, but they managed to somehow luck out and get some of her blood to be able to do this. From what I understand, he has given me the details of the curse. So I don't think that we can recreate it, obviously, without her blood or certain factors in this. But I'm not going to rely on this to try to get rid of her necessarily. Let's see. So sorry, guys. I need to go back through and.
I mean, I could forcibly take some of her blood. That
Well,
would
let's.
be easy.
Well, let's see. So basically, Roxy was born in Boston. She actually grew up on the streets and actually ran with a gang that called themselves the Upstarts. They're not sure how she got into magic, but she had the ability and the aptitude, and she actually started out making herself a presence in the occult community. Fairly early, actually, in her teens, around 16. When they had taken the city, or the current prince, obviously, Sean had taken the city in 2017, she actually became known in the circles as a sort of do anything kind of individual, and she at that point became aware of, or they became aware of her within those types of circles. It's actually rumored that she managed to pilfer a Tremere coven, but they weren't willing to confirm that, so it's hearsay at this point.
I think we probably ought to just assume.
Yeah, they don't know what her goal was really exactly, but other than power and money. But another reason that they kind of know about her is because there's another individual that I met there. There's another vampire that was sort of involved as a banker and financier, sorry, and just really freaking hated her. Her name was Opal.
Opal?
Opal, Opal. Like
what clan is she?
I am not sure actually, but she's known as within that sort of industry there. Sorry, I'm reading through the notes as I'm doing this, guys. Sorry. Let's see. She did manage to sort of stymie some of, actually, even Sean's influences, and she really just interfered with quite a lot. I understand that she also had a couple of associates with her that just seemed to sort of latch onto her. One was a guy by the name of Bobby Mullen. He is, I guess, a young guy who has a family history with ghosts. And there's another individual, Sasha Ponticelli, which is Ponticelli, which I understand she met through one of the occult circles.
And these two are human?
From my understanding, yes. Sasha is one of those people that who didn't really know that they probably had power, but has shown quite an aptitude for it. And really, just George, or not George, sorry, Bobby is sort of a groupie, if you will.
Okay.
And he's the medium.
He could be, yeah, actually, being that he has an affinity with ghosts. So yeah, that could be that's appropriate. as we already know, that Roxy really doesn't have any issue showing her money around, and that's a lot really what she did in Boston. She and her little posse became known as sort of the go-to um, chicks, if you will, if you're in need of a fix, meaning excitement, drugs, whatever. If it raised your blood pressure and you knew who to talk to, they were the ones. Um, let's see. Sorry, I'm just going through real quick. She they actually suggested that we also look out for what's called suicide clubs in this area. Um, I had not heard of that term before, so I'm still really not sure what that means, to be honest.
Did they say how long ago they drove her out?
They
does it
didn't mention how long ago, or would I have gauged how long ago they drove her out? I'm guessing is when she popped up here at some point.
No, it was years ago at this point.
Oh, I just know that they drove her out a few years ago. I don't know exactly when, but
so
they didn't mention that.
Sophie will reach over and squeeze Colin's hand and ask him if he knows any of those names.
He says, "Yeah,"
or terms.
I know them. He says, "Fat Boy is what's called a Benedante. They're a family of folks that essentially hunt spirits."
Is that Bobby Mullen?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Yeah, Fat Boy.
Okay.
Yeah, I tried to be polite. I don't know why. He's a fat boy.
And Sidekick, from what I understand, she her big thing was fortune telling initially. She was really heavy into playing the cards and throwing those down and trying to predict everybody's fortune.
In the suicide clubs?
They seem to, what he said is they didn't seem to get enough of her. So I don't know if that means she has some kind of influence over them or whatever, but I do remember that Trish was given a necklace from her, and we examined it and stuff, and we didn't find anything, but it just kind of made me think that maybe she did something similar, potentially, if they gave her something or she has some sort of influence on that.
Yeah, I'm still not convinced that she didn't have some kind of control over Trish.
I don't know at this point.
And he said suicide clubs are kind of like a confluence of goth emo and people that like to go find abandoned buildings and explore.
So it's not like a drink the Kool-Aid kind of thing. It's like a
no, but
you have to know about it.
They're a group of people.
It's like a thrill-seeking thing.
They fantasize about death. And some of them have tried to kill themselves before. Clearly, it's not like they want to kill themselves.
I've heard of that. I watched a fucking true crime documentary about it. Oh my god!
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Jeez.
Do you think she has some here in Ashland?
If she's here in Ashland, yeah, 100%.
Maybe I can infiltrate.
With her being involved with the gang, that's bad because she was involved with that upstarts gang in Boston originally.
Well,
so
they are the upstarts. That's what she calls.
Oh, they are the upstarts.
That's what she calls her little clique with Fat Boy and Sidekick.
Oh, I didn't. Okay.
And they go everywhere with her.
Oh yeah.
So
they should be here.
Stands to reason that they would be here too.
They would be here. Yeah, I was gonna scry on Fat Boy, but I didn't have really a chance to see maybe where they were at. Now that I know who's with her,
Revis would take the opportunity to speak up at this point. Kind of go ahem, and kind of look around and go. Just to put this on the record, you realize one of the few ways to interfere with what she's doing is to remove the mortals.
yes.
Well, what I was thinking is she met Lily. She hasn't met Seth.
Okay.
In order to handicap her, I mean,
You gotta pick out
if,
her
if
support.
yep, one is a ghost, the other does whatever. Um,
Mhm.
she'll be working those, and the only way to stop that is to remove the mortals, just like you would any elder you wanted to take down. You start by trimming them down to manageable size.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? I don't want her doing to Boston or doing to Ashland what she did in Boston. And frankly, she is infernal. So, sorry, Sophie, but my goal is to take her out
Yeah, she needs to
permanently.
be. She needs to be killed. I'm gonna guess the reason why the thing with the Tremere is maybe she was looking for dark thaumaturgy, since
Oh,
she's.
that doesn't surprise me at all. No, but they won't confirm it, so I wouldn't be surprised if she picked up some kind of rituals that maybe they've left around or she managed to find. So, yeah,
Well,
I'm not putting it past her at this point.
I brought that up because there are people here that will be a stopper. And so if
Okay.
you go to do something, you're going to need to take kindred with you, that if that's necessary, they can go that way. And the others can perform other options that don't relate to that without them being party to that. Because we've had this issue before.
Hmm. I
And
understand.
well, I just want to make sure everyone else understands. I don't want people to
So, are
suffer
you
because they get,
thinking this is going to be a humanity issue if by killing her?
Yes, that's
I
exactly what
think
he's saying.
I think let's not belabor the point here. I think everybody understands what's being said.
Yeah,
okay,
Um,
this is
did
going to be a
you
humanity situation. So,
did you happen to get photos of her posse?
uh,
Maybe we could
no,
put
I
up
did
put
not.
out a
I
bolo.
actually did not think about that, but I regret not.
There's the
But
fuzz
you
now.
should be able to scry on them, so you would be able to.
I mean, I know them. I know what they look like. I'm sure if I
You could
looked
sketch
them
them.
up enough, I could find them.
police artist.
Well, she does a pretty good job of sketching herself.
You know what? I look at Sketcher.
Mm-hmm.
But look, I don't necessarily need a picture of them to be able to find them. I
No.
know of them. I know their name. I know exactly who I'm looking for. So it's not going to be that difficult for me to do that. It helps when I have something that belonged to them, just more of a focus, but it's not an end all be all to find them. But yeah, at this point, I mean, I don't have time for her to be doing this shit in my city.
Well, we all agreed months ago that we didn't want her doing any of this stuff in our city.
Oh, I know. So I'm gonna take point on this. I'm sure you guys don't object to that,
Not at all.
and
Nope.
figure out
Nope.
what I'm gonna do about her.
And I'd be willing to help.
I appreciate that.
Grievance is available, and I have my own set of resources that can be exercised in certain instances for this.
Well, we gotta get you a bottom half, sir.
Please keep me posted.
Oh, I
Uh,
shall.
well,
So yes, that's a good segue.
yeah.
Johnny, did you have something?
Well, I can put new body parts on. Um, if
Grievous
there
just
is
looks at you, remembering the last time he saw you work.
if there is a professional in town, I'd probably suggest going to them. But if you need body parts, if you need to be walking and punching, I can give it a shot.
I know what that roll of the eyes was, my dear.
Maybe you should talk to the Brodoviches and see if they maybe have some spare
I
parts around.
suppose
Don't worry, I won't be asking her.
the only options that we have besides Johnny here are Isadora and
Isadora.
the Brodoviches.
I would take Ben to the Brodoviches before I would take him to Isadora. There's no way.
She
Yeah.
does have a certain finesse. I'm not sure the Brodoviches have that kind of artistry, but
She,
We don't need her artistry. We've had enough of her artistry.
Suppose it
Damaris is just
depends on
struggling
what
at
you
this
need
point
done.
because she understands exactly what you're talking about.
So this Isadora, she's a Stamisi then?
No.
She's a
Yes.
Toreador.
Or sorry, Corridor.
Corridor?
She keeps interesting company, and somewhere along the line, picked up vicissitude. So
Ah, okay. That makes more sense now. Okay. I was wondering
I need to
why.
be right back. I gotta.
I was wondering why
I'm
Cuddle.
still here because of her, which I am grateful. That as far as my gratitude goes.
as she's
Revis
spinning
would just
nails,
suggest talking to the Bradoviches and seeing if they have compatible body. Obviously,
should we give
it
Danny a
can't
call and
mismatch.
have him assess the damage?
Yeah, we could call Danny and
See
Yeah,
what he
let's give him a call.
Might as
see
well.
what he would ask for in return. Actually, I'll extend an olive branch and I'll go ahead and call him myself.
Okay.
I know we're not the best of friends, but
Beep, boop, bop, boop, beep, boop, beep. Hello?
Is this Danny?
Yeah. Who's this?
This is Sophie. You remember me?
Hey. Yeah, I remember you. What's going on, Baron?
Well, we have need of your professional opinion on a matter of privacy. If you could come into town and meet us at the train museum, we'd like to get your viewpoint on something.
Oh, sure. Can you text me the address of the? Like, I don't know about no train museum.
I sure will.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Just let me get a shirt on, and I'll be there down in a jiffy.
I'm going to
Thank
mute for
you.
a second, Jerome. Hang
Sure.
on.
So she'll hang up and text him the address.
Okay.
have you seen Cuddles since we've been back? Did he find you?
Bless you.
Did I mute in time or no?
You
Yeah.
did.
You did.
Okay. I don't think I've seen him. Jerome, would he? No, I suppose I would have known, huh?
Yeah, how did he get the TV inside her house?
I'm sorry, what? TV?
Oh,
Yeah, Cuddles bought a TV.
He bought a TV?
Cuddles is gonna
So
kick
Colin
my ass.
just looks at Sophie and he says, "He's yours."
She's going to point at him like, don't you test me.
I left him downstairs with the dog.
Revis just closes his eyes and shudders.
We have a dog now.
Yeah, we have a dog.
Another one.
Wait, who is
Yep.
we? Who is we?
Ben and I.
Okay.
Yeah. Pitbull named Dookie.
Aw.
Who led us to our quarry.
He's a sweet boy.
He's a very sweet boy.
Should we let them in? They're
Yeah, I
they're
can
here.
go
They're
down.
downstairs.
Yeah, I can go get him. So Steph will go get the cat and dog. She'll tell Cuddles, your mommy would like to see you.
So with two springs, cat-like agility and whatnot. He's out of the car, up the stairs real quick, and then just kind of hops in with a little bit of a meow.
Come on, Doogie, you can come in too.
Dookie, however, you just hear him like tromping up, up the steps, coming up, upstairs into the train museum.
He doesn't have quite the same grace. I
No,
guess.
nowhere near the same grace.
So Sophie
also
will
much
just
heavier.
Sophie will just hold her arms out for Cuddles to jump up.
And then boink, he goes right in and curls right up here on on her shoulder and chest.
So she'll start talking to him and just petting him.
Okay.
What's this about a TV?
I'm sorry, Cuddles.
And so he looks around and he says, I couldn't pass up the deal, Mommy.
Where are you going to put a TV?
The new he shed?
Fine.
Isn't Daddy installing electricity in there?
Yes, just work that out with him. They didn't take you into the fight, did they?
He says, oh, no, of course not. No. I wasn't in any fight.
And you were on your best behavior?
Mostly?
TV notwithstanding?
Mostly, yes.
What does mostly mean?
We had to replace a few ornaments on a Christmas tree.
At the mansion.
At the
Trudy
mansion?
took care of it.
I was testing their ability to bounce.
She did a good job of it too.
You didn't make any enemies of the Giovanni, did you?
Oh, heavens no, of course not.
Did they know
Actually,
it was
Cuddles was very helpful in many ways. And I'm glad that he went with us.
And, Mommy,
Well.
you would be proud. I beat up the homeless cats.
That he did.
you? The what? What?
So we were looking for Juan, and one of our thoughts was to ask the local wildlife. And so Seth and I went down to the bad part of town, and we asked Cuddles to talk to the cats. And he did. And he had to assert dominance, which he did. And, yeah.
Well, good job.
And I think he made a Doberman Pinscher run away.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yeah, that happens.
It's he nods. He says yes. He was weak, Mommy. He wasn't nearly as strong as I am.
Well, not very many creatures are as strong as you. And she kind of like croons to him a little bit, a little overindulgent.
So he purrs really loudly and he says, and I made sure that I am perfectly clean, even though they interacted with the hobos quite a bit.
Good thinking.
Eventually, you hear a loud truck, come pulling up outside.
Should be Danny.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get you right as rain.
We'll see.
And the door comes open, and Danny's got his professional clothing on, which is a clean pair of jeans. He has a button-up shirt. It's completely hanging open though, with just a typical white shirt underneath. His sleeves kind of rolled up.
She'll go and shake his hand.
Okay, so he shakes it back and he says, all right, well, what'd you need a professional opinion about? And he looks for a second and he says, Mr. Revis, have you had your V8 lately?
Actually, according to the eyewitnesses, because I wasn't awake at the time, I actually probably impacted the V8 at some point.
He says, yeah, you're looking a bit hacked.
Yeah, I'm not quite the man I used to be at the moment.
I take it that's probably what you're talking about. He's kind of Lieutenant Dan in it right now.
He is indeed, and she will also gesture to Ben.
So he looks for a second and he's like, oh, well, good grief. You ain't got no arm and He needs magic legs.
You got it.
Dare I ask just what in the hell you you took on?
Well, one of us had a quasi elder show up who needed some disciplining, for lack of better wording. He resisted the disciplining, so things kind of got out of hand for a little bit.
Okay, so then I take it you're looking to get replacements or something. I guess.
I'd like something with the same tan line, yes.
And he kind of looks for a second. And he says, "Okay, I don't know if I can do that. Not in these parts. But rectifying the lower half, I suppose we could probably pull something off there." And given the fact, you don't want us doing that sort of thing in town, I suppose we should probably get the arm from the same person, kind of killing two birds with 2/3 a stone.
He just kind of looks at him and goes, "So, if I wanted the same skin tone, is it possible to get imported material?"
I reckon you could. I don't know how safe it is to go wander around near Home Depot that frequently. People might start to notice, half a man wandering around trying to procure somebody with darker skin.
Well, I'll leave those arrangements to you, gentlemen. Danny, is there some sort of recompense that we can offer for your services?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Well, I'll tell you what. Let me find out just how hard it's going to be to get them replacement parts, and then figure it out from there.
All right.
Excellent.
Appreciate it, Danny.
Oh, no problem. Just as a question, you don't mind us disposing of the rest, do you?
I will leave that to your discretion.
Okay. Why don't you give me a conscience check?
Great.
In fact, anybody with a humanity higher than 5, give me a conscience check.
Yep. Okay.
Wait, I am currently at 5.
Yeah, 5 or higher. So
Okay.
Oh, it's not.
Man, we're gonna drive you to get lower. I'm telling you.
Conscience, huh?
yep. Conscience check. Difficulty 6 though.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh.
You reroll?
I should re-roll. I do have a re-roll. I'm gonna re-roll that.
I got 3.
You're fine with it.
Oh no, yeah.
You're good. Like as long as I don't have to see it, I'm
Okay.
good.
Yeah, so
Good stuff.
Dale got it. Okay, so yeah, as he starts talking about that, you guys can't help but shiver and just like you're getting mental images you don't want to know about.
You almost
not-
came down to my level.
It's
There,
not
Dale.
like, you're seeing it. It's not like it's actually being done,
That will never be. on
but
my
you're
level.
quickly trying to like push the issue off to the side somewhere and not think about it anymore. Okay. So he just looks around and he says, was there anything else? Like, or should I get out there and start moseying?
Anyone else need expertise?
Well,
Mr.
Judas would
Bradovich?
just go like, "And how's the puppy doing?"
No, just fine.
Oh, you know what? This might be conversation for later. But speaking of puppies, I'd be interested in one too.
It's like, okay, well, sure. I figure we could get you hooked up. You just gotta let me know dimension wise and what it is you're kind of looking for.
Yeah, I'll do some research and I'll let you know. But I'm happy to pay for it, of course.
Well, okay then. We'll get something figured out.
Johnny boy, did you
Yeah.
get your mark taken care of already?
No, not yet.
I mean, maybe he could help with that, right?
I think I'm gonna go visit Isadora.
May the force be with you.
She actually, if she is as good as you guys are saying, she could be a tutor. She
Oh,
could,
she's
I could
good,
learn,
but
I could learn a lot.
I have
You may wanna
seen
wait.
her. I have seen her sign her autograph
Wow,
into skin.
she's that good.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I think Isadora. I know Seth and Ben, you guys have like weird vibes with her. I don't know what happened. It's in the past, but I think I'll go talk to her.
Just to say, Isadora has a sense of humor.
She does have a unique sense of humor. And maybe I'll put in a call for you.
I'd appreciate it. Yeah.
So with that, Danny just kind of puts fingers to his head, kind of wait a little bit of a gesture as he walks out, and he's off to go find replacement parts.
Funny.
Okay. Any other business for tonight? We still have a little blood left if anyone's peckish.
Babe, do you want more?
I'd say maybe the two individuals that are missing body parts.
Yeah.
Probably benefit
We've
from
got
those.
three left.
And now that we're here, I mean, I can contact my herd if I need a top up. So I think I'm okay now.
Rivas just goes, yeah, my herd isn't going to want to see me like this, so.
Pick up all three bags of blood and like set him next to Rivas.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to get him a little wheelchair or something with fake legs.
Is
to
he's
wheel him
not, I mean,
around.
he's clearly not bleeding out at this point or anything like that, right? He's just
No.
in a body bag with his lower half missing, still dangling bits and stuff.
Yep.
We could go steal
You
a
know-
mannequin.
Maybe you should.
You can use the arm and we can put the legs on Rivas.
Where are we gonna
You know,
get a
I
mannequin
mean,
at this time of night?
Not a bad.
We're in the museum. Johnny's
It's a-
gonna go downstairs to see if he can find a
Oh my
mannequin.
god.
It's a train museum.
Maybe they have a uniform or something. Who knows?
Oh my god, I thought you were actually going to try to find wheels for him. No. I like your idea better of a uniform, but he doesn't need a uniform. He
No,
just
no,
needs
I'm
to have
trying to
legs.
Instead of a wheelchair, he has a little train engine.
He,
A caboose.
I'm
he,
trying to find a
he has a
mannequin.
hand cart that he just pushes
Yeah.
himself kind of up and down.
Listen, no, we don't need to be messing with the other stuff in the train museum, okay? Listen, why don't we just clean him up
Oh, we all froze on the street.
and
Let's just go
We
find a
will-
mannequin.
can you at least do something to clean up his bottom half so he's not like trailing shit everywhere?
Rivas just kind of looks at her.
I'm just looking at him like, I mean, do you want to stay like this?
I mean, we can. It's not like,
Don't you want a
Juicy.
little bit of,
is it
No, it's
or is
not.
it?
help?
Okay.
He says, you get me a
Oh,
knife, I'll
boy.
take care of it myself.
She pulls out a knife from her pouch. Okay, here you go.
Okay.
I lost Rachel.
She kind of sits there and trims stuff
Oh,
off. I mean,
I'll just sort of have like a bag
Yeah.
ready for him or
Be right
something
back.
while he does his own bottom half maintenance. You guys might want to turn away. It's gonna be gross.
Watches intently.
It doesn't bother Seth.
Well, honestly, you, Johnny, could probably work through and just sort of tuck everything in
Uh,
for help.
if you're okay with it, Rivas, I can.
well,
Give it a
considering
shot.
all we're doing is basically sealing things,
Yeah, literally just cauterizing and sealing stuff, so it, you know, looks better.
Yeah.
Then we just wrap you up on the
The
bottom.
little
and put a
wrinkles at
zipper
this
in.
point isn't going to hurt what's left.
Okay,
Mm.
I'll give it a shot then. And he will go over to the stumps and attempt to
There's no stumps. It's just a stump.
He's just one big
Yeah.
stump.
just fix everything.
You're flesh crafting
Yay.
his stomach area.
Yeah.
That's I'm not going to make you roll for that. It just you're able to seal it off so it doesn't look like he just got gore dangling below.
Nice.
So I'm having flashbacks of what's his face? Do you know what I mean?
I'm drawing a blank. Oh, you mean okay. Oh,
The one who
goodness.
messed up on his rolls for
Yes.
flesh crafting.
Every
and
one of them.
managed to make someone's face look like the JJ.
Yep.
Oh my!
Yeah, nicely.
I've never messed up that bad.
Oh,
Wow. Shoot.
Oh my!
At least he's not working on your face.
He wouldn't be, no.
Oh, man.
So I'll work through to just sort of wrap you up on the bottom and whatnot, and get you to an upright position at least. And you're gonna have to tell us where you need to go at this point. So
Might
Well-
want to call the office and let.
We
them
would just
know
say,
that-
just tuck them somewhere that's going to be convenient.
do you have a ghoul that can come and at least help you around?
I have 2 ghouls, but this would probably be pushing what they're amenable to.
If
Sounds
you
like you need a
recall,
ghoul and
Stephen,
nurse.
your ghouls have been sent someplace else, so you don't have them anymore.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, that's right. Those 2 are gone.
I guess
Nope.
Okay.
if you're fine with it, I guess I can care for you.
He kind of looks at you, care?
I'm not sure what you call it, but like,
I just need a place to park my body while we await the return of body parts. Virtually,
You don't have a haven.
Prefer to stay with me, or would you rather go back to your haven?
I'm quite fine with staying with Damaris because we've been trying to get together for conversations for 2 months.
That is true.
Shall we rent a wheelchair?
that's a good
I don't
idea.
see why at this point.
Who knows
mean-
how long it'll take you to get replaced?
Yep.
Danny will come.
Mike is in
Dan-
chat right now, and he said, "Did you get a vampire from Wish? Some assembly required." Parts courtesy of Abby
That's
Norman.
funny.
It's the IKEA.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the IKEA.
Got some
Rebus.
damage down on the corner, so they put it on clearance. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm absolutely fine with you staying with me for the interim, Rebus, if you need to.
Yep.
So-
There are some conversations that we can engage in that will benefit us both, I'm sure.
Yep.
So
Should probably call
anything
Jay.
anybody is doing in the meantime, then?
Right.
Let him close the case.
I am going to text Isadora
Okay.
and say, have you met our new Samisi? Question mark.
And so you get a question mark back, and she says, "Is this the individual who made the scene at the Elysia not too long ago?"
And she texts, it was indeed.
She says, "So what do you make of the individual? I'm told he still has his markings.
Training wheels.
Training.
And she'll text back, he does. Is that something you could help him with?
And so now you see, like you're getting a call at this point.
She'll take it. She'll take it in the other room,
Okay, so she picks up, walks off.
and she's still holding Cuddles.
Okay, and so she says,
She's got
she
Cuddles
says,
in one hand and the phone in the other.
so she says, "Dear, let me understand. Let me see if I understand you correctly. He's a Zamisi who can't get his own flesh crafting off."
He seems very inexperienced. In fact, that might be a good opportunity for him to make your acquaintance. Perhaps you can show him the ropes that he's deficient at.
Oh, goody.
Mhm.
It's not like you give somebody to me very frequently anymore to
Oh boy.
train.
Do want him back more
She
or
says-
less intact.
She says, "Of course, I'm not going to keep the young man." Painwise may have something to say about it, but I won't keep him.
You know what? He's got his own agency. I will let him speak for himself, but he expressed an interest in making your acquaintance.
Oh, did he now?
I don't think he knows about the band, though.
Then I wonder why he wishes to make my acquaintance.
Well, your name came up as one of the only flesh crafters in town. And he's, being a Samisi, he was more interested in what you knew than the Brodoviches.
Yes, I would be better than the dog manipulators. This is true.
May I give him a number where you can be reached?
Give him oubliettes,
Okay,
and I'll have her make all the arrangements.
excellent. Do you hope you're doing well?
Of course, we're all doing quite well. You should be hearing from us again soon. We're going to be doing a few more things online, band-wise.
Excellent.
Mike is
Excellent. And
apparently amused because Johnny's getting offered up like Christmas meats.
keeps things interesting. Excellent. Well, give my love to the others, and I'll see you soon.
Of course. Ciao.
So she'll hang up, and then she'll come back into the room and text Johnny a phone number.
Ooh, what's this?
So Isadora is the lead singer of the band that I'm in.
You're in a band?
Yes, it's called Paladin. It's
Paladin,
vampire goth rock band, and I play violin and guitar.
Nice.
Anyway, Oubliette is one of our bandmates. She is Isadora's ghoul. She can help you make arrangements to meet Isadora.
Okay, I'll give her a call right now.
Fair warning, they are unique people. How do you feel about werewolves?
Bad.
Okay. Another fair warning: one of our bandmates is
A werewolf?
but he
He's cool.
yeah. I mean,
He
I
won't
mean,
kill you on sight, so he's better
he
than
won't
most
kill you.
werewolves.
He won't kill you.
look, the
Yes.
relationship between
He's a little
Garu or
scary.
werewolves here is a bit different than it is in a Sabat-held city.
He might maim you a little bit, but he won't kill you.
Yeah,
Ugh.
I mean, he's a little
Exactly.
scary. He's a little scary. It took me a while to warm up to him, but yeah, he's all right. So
Okay.
just be polite. I know this is an anarch city, but Isadora is old. She's been around. She likes people to observe the niceties.
Mhm.
So be on your most polite behavior. But she also she is not Cam, so she understands a certain level of Sabat culture better than most folks.
Okay.
But just be respectful and polite,
Understood.
and you'll have the best chance of getting out the way that you hope.
Nice. Okay.
Any questions?
I'm gonna go call Oubliette now.
Okay.
And yeah, he'll step out and give Oubliette a call.
That was quick.
Yeah.
He is intrigued.
Yep, Mike is all a certain level, and he laughed. Okay, so you call, you hear a female voice pick up, and you hear this. Who the hell is this?
Hi, this is Johnny. Is Oubliette there?
And then you hear this covered up, and you hear like some like arguing in the background, and you hear Johnny, are you a new guy or something like that?
Yeah, I'm a new guy. I want to talk to Isadora.
Why
If
did you
that's
give him
okay.
my number? And then you just hear some giggles in the background.
And then we hear Isadora
It's
laughing on
her
the other
humor.
side.
and then she
Now you get it.
and then she comes back and she says, "Oh, okay. So you got my number. Why? Okay, why are you calling? What's going on?"
I want to visit and talk with Isadora.
Ugh.
Is that okay?
Sure, that's fine. I'm not her I'm not your secretary. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. Did Sophie okay this?
She did.
So you okay. I'm gonna
Great,
hold her
throw
to
me
that.
under the bus.
I'm gonna hold her to that. All right. All right,
He's gonna
newbie.
back up and go right back over you.
I'm gonna give you an address.
All right.
All right. You're follow that, go to the address, delete the address when you're done, come up, knock twice. That's it. No more, no less. Got it?
Understood. Yep. Knock twice.
All right. And she hangs up.
By the way, Jerome, is the 30 days up for Seth?
Really? Or, sorry, Seth.
No.
Okay.
It should
So-
get time off for good behavior.
Nope.
So she's just gonna cuddle with Cuddles as long as they're together, and then she'll, when everybody.
So does anybody have anything else you're doing tonight? So I take it then that Ben
Yes.
and Lily or Ben and Seth, I should say, are going back to their haven. Damaris, you're taking.
I'm gonna take Revis back to my place
Okay.
after a while, and after I do that, I will sort of after he's accommodating and like in a like I don't know whatever mobile chair I can get him in.
Yeah, you
Like
guys
an
you
office
guys
chair
end up
that's on
picking up.
wheels.
Yeah, you guys end up picking up like an old hand-me-down your temporary
Yeah, yeah. I find some sort of accommodation
wheelchair.
for him just temporarily.
But
Yeah, I think a
so
wheelchair would be great. We'll just
yeah, so
doctor up so
I
it
mean you
looks
get
like he
there.
has legs.
You get there to your place because you said you were moving back
Yes,
to
because
your
I've been
place.
working on all the security and shit for
So
it. So
when you come
yeah.
walking in, you hear who else enters here? Why is there a
Oh,
snake in this house?
Talus. Oh, be quiet. Yes, there is. Temporarily.
Snakes are never temporary. They're like cockroaches.
Oh my gosh. Just deal with it. And she just
I am dealing with it, woman. I am lodging a formal
quietly.
complaint.
Look, you can't do anything about it. Deal with it. He's with us for the moment, and you know maybe he can learn something.
Do not let him sell you his Amway.
Oh no!
What the? Do I know what he's talking about?
I
have no idea.
do you have any Setite lore?
No, of course not.
Okay, so no.
Is
What's the
Amway is Amway a canon Setite vice? Or like MLMs in general?
I'm yelling out
Pyramid.
like, what the hell is Amway?
It's their mid-level marketing. It's horrendous.
Revis, I'm sorry in advance, but you know Talus. So yeah. He's the book that just
Steven,
is
you're
very
muted.
lonely. Sorry?
Steven is muted.
Mm.
So what does it talk about?
You know, whatever it wants, potentially whatever you are bringing up. You know, it's a clan book.
Oh,
Please do not
does it know
touch it or
anything?
read it.
Oh no. Does it ever talk about Setites other than like in a bad
You know,
way?
I've never asked it to, so I can't confirm that. I had no reason to prior to this.
Oh, interesting. It seems rather opinionated, though.
Oh, it is very opinionated, but it's actually very informative. Sorry, he is very informative.
It has a gender.
I just assigned it one, so yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I mean,
So-
listen to him talk. I mean, it's just
Yeah, it sounds like grandfather.
yeah. But you know, honestly, he's not that bad once you get to know him. So he does like long walks in Barnes and Noble, but that's not your problem. That's fine. He shouldn't be too much of a bother unless you want to have some interesting conversations, which I know you like to have. So
Yes, speaking of which, when will we go and mock the peasants again?
we don't mock peasants. We mock. Oh wait, do you mean other books?
Of course.
Okay. Well, I can take you tomorrow if you are up for it.
Excellent. Just do not bring the snake. And use Purell. They are slimy.
She just keeps walking with Revis.
Rebus is intensely amused by the conversation.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes every time she walks in.
So, did you ever try?
Don't mind
walking in?
him.
Did you ever walk in with boyfriend? Maybe he's just jealous.
I don't do boyfriends.
Oh, well, maybe he's just jealous that you spend time with other vampires.
The
Honestly,
last boyfriend
just...
took Dahlia, for crying out loud. Boyfriends.
Well, yeah, that is technically true. He did take Dahlia, but that was Dahlia's boyfriend. That was Bastion, remember?
Yes, I do. Well,
Yeah. Anyway, so she'll take him to like a spare room. If you
Wheels him
need
in.
to go any place specific, just let me know. I mean, we have a wheelchair. I mean,
I
I
don't.
don't have extra blood storage here, but if you need blood, let me know and I will procure some.
Well, I don't imagine I'm going to be using any of my abilities or special effects while I'm in this condition. It kind of seems counterproductive. So I don't
Understand.
imagine. Although it would be an interesting experiment, I'm not sure I would like the result.
Well, you will never be at loss for company, right, Talus?
I am not going to keep this thing company.
You don't have a choice. You're in the same house. It's called company.
Of course I do.
Well, good luck with that. Um,
So does it do anything with like philosophy or the different paths?
it does contain a fair bit of information, but I prefer that you not look through it. You can ask
Oh,
him
I'm
things.
I'm not going not even thinking about looking through it or touching it. In all honesty, it doesn't seem like something that would be safe, for lack of better wording,
No, uh,
for a stranger
you
to.
are welcome to ask him questions, and if he answers, that is free information for you.
Why are you telling you? Why are
Alice,
you telling this thing he can speak to me?
because thing he can.
No, of course not.
Well, well, we'll see how that goes. I look back at Rebus and I'm like, well, good luck with that. He will not be bored for conversation if he, you know what? Not if, he will talk to you.
I'll
If
just
anything, to argue with you.
I'll just speculate out loud about some things and see if he's even remotely as knowledgeable as it thinks it is.
Well, yeah. Uh, is there anything that you require at the moment? I
Oh
do have
no,
a couple of calls to
this is
make.
this is more than I anticipated in truthfulness. A closet would have been just as fine, but I do appreciate all the lovely gestures, and it
Well,
will it will pass.
it's no problem. But just so you're aware, there is a lot of security on obviously this location. There are cameras everywhere. Not that you're going to be going anywhere. No
You
offense.
just gotta.
But just be cautious of the information that you reveal to Talus.
Oh, yes. Well, maybe we can get into discussion about the Panaglin, which was a form of vampire that would disconnect its head from the body. I wonder if he knows anything about them.
I don't think he does, but I sure as hell would like to know. So please save that conversation for when I'm here.
Okay. And uh, as far as I'm concerned, we're good at this point.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And at that point, I'll just I'll sort of leave off and just go to Talus and just spend maybe an hour with him, whatever, just to make sure he's. And I'll read passages from other books and stuff so he can make fun of it, stuff like that. Um, but I do want to just follow up on the bureaucracy and such, and basically the research I was doing as far as the clientele at Anzio's and the connections that these individuals have. And I know I started that like a month ago, but
Mhm.
I wanted to follow up on
Right,
it.
right, right. Okay, and I will get with you offline with that. I will.
Okay.
I need to double check some of my notes for that, and then
Okay.
I'll probably fire that off to you at some point tomorrow.
Okay. No rush. So
Okay.
that's it for me.
So
Outside
then,
of anything anybody else needs her for.
all right. So then, Davey. So
Yes.
you follow the address at
Yep.
this point in your vehicle using GPS. The house that it takes you to is in what would appear to be a nice but quiet part of town.
Okay.
The homes, they don't have a whole lot of room between them. as far as yards, but they kind of go lengthways. So there's a little bit of yard in the front, and then obviously more in the back, but not a whole lot on the sides.
Okay.
The house itself looks like it was probably picked up, in a time warp and dropped down from the Victorian era,
Oh,
or at least
nice.
somebody purposely modified it to look that way. So it's got it has, like, in the very front, kind of like a nice rounded window panes, that probably sits somewhere near the living room. It's got kind of the angular tops coming up to steeples a little bit. It's got a nice, I don't want to say balcony, but patio. It's got kind of a nice patio area right up front. There is a little bit of a fence that goes all the way around it for privacy purposes. When you come walking up, of course, you can see that there are security cameras on it.
Okay.
They have the Ring doorbell one, but then there's also a small tree of cameras that look around on the property as well that they use in addition to that.
Okay. Oubliette told me to knock twice, so
Okay.
he's going to knock twice.
Okay.
Bang bang.
So you hear somebody approaching the door, and it opens up. Standing before you is a man who's probably 6'7".
Holy
Could
cow.
probably pass for about 3 feet wide. Just this big, herking guy. He has the he has kind of like the Viking like it's not a faux hawk, but basically where it looked like it would be a mohawk, but they take it all the way back and braid it.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's got kind of that. He has some 5 o'clock shadow on. He clearly has some tattoos on his body. And as he opens it, he kind of looks at you. He is not wearing any clothes.
Okay.
And so he's just kind of looking and staring down at you, and he's like,
Yeah, hey. Is Isadora available? Oubliette said to meet her here.
so he kind of sneers and he looks around. Then he yells, "Is something's here for you." And he like walks in, and you see a woman approach. She has kind of like, she has long, I can't remember if it's black or brown, but we'll say it's black for right now. She can change it if she really wants to. Oops, I did not click on that. You know what? Let me grab.
You have a picture.
I do have a picture, and I'm going to get that real quick. That doesn't help the people who are watching, but this will help the people in the chat. And you made a point to screen cap, quote unquote, Demon Monkey Santa. Okay. And Abby just saw it. She's, oh, my eyes. So she does have black hair. And that's kind of what she's dressed in.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And she has a little bit of a flowing shawl over her shoulders, and she sees the large man standing there. She kind of slaps him on the shoulder, and she says, "No, Painwise, go put some clothing on. He's not here to breed." And so he kind of turns and he looks at Johnny. He's like, and goes walking off.
Okay.
And
Wow.
so she invites you in. She is probably just under 6 foot, so still a little on the tall side, but nowhere near as tall as him. Obviously much more slender. Appearance 5. Very, like, everything is very Dior and statuesque about her. Got the perfect figure sort of thing.
Hmm.
When she doesn't have something on, you can tell she has some small tattoos, but not many at all. They're usually pretty discreet. You can cover it up with clothing without much of a problem. And she says, "So you must be Johnny."
Hi, yes, I am Johnny. You must be Isadora.
I
Uh,
am. I am curious. Who exactly told you you could come to me?
Sophie did. The Baron.
I see. She said you were recommended by somebody else.
Really? That's odd.
Is that now? Hmm.
Who was I recommended by?
That's why I'm asking you, dear.
Uh, well, um, you're
Uh,
the only other person that shares the same ability that I do. And
and so she takes some. She pauses as you're kind of like fumbling around, and
yeah,
she says, "Interesting. So you decided to come to me even after Benjamin and Persephone said you probably shouldn't."
they. I don't know what happened between you guys, but that's between you guys. So,
I
uh,
helped them, and they did not like it.
oh,
At least
well,
some of the outcome. Just say they. Yes, there was not quite the meeting of the minds that there should have been.
oh, well, um, that's between you guys, and I would just like to learn if that's okay with you.
I find it interesting that Azumisi wishes to learn from me, but I am amenable.
Nice.
And what sort of business deal do you wish to arrange?
I don't know. What do you want?
She says,
That's a loaded question.
there is very little that I really want or even need. So I'm curious, without me rummaging around through your rattled head right now, what you might have. Something that
I
comes to mind, unless you wish me to continue rifling through your thoughts.
I don't really have anything I could give, so I'm at your mercy.
And she says, "Oh, are you? I think we can work with that."
Okay. Gulp.
Yeah, and Mike is all, "Oh, you sweet summer child." And she motions you to follow her. I've about had it with this camera. Hold on one second.
I was going to say that wasn't me this time.
No, it had nothing to do with you.
My
So,
beeper's off.
let me do. Oh, you know what? It's not going to let me change that unless I back out of the chat. So hold on, or back out of the thing. So hold on one second. Be right back. Do 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 do. Okay, and let me get this turned on. Appreciate your guys' patience. You guys aren't going to hear them just yet till I re-enter the chat, so it'll be just one moment. Alrighty. Boink. There we go.
Johnny Giver,
That is a good question.
like so other than just being like, "Hey, I'm here for whatever."
So I am switching cameras. Thankfully, I have more than one. I'll deal with the other one later.
Cool.
Alrighty. So, adjusted. second.
Like, I doubt she'd want. She doesn't even want like Sabat. Why would she want Sabat information? She wouldn't even want. Yeah, she wouldn't even want that. So there's nothing I could give her.
She often tells me politics gives her hives,
Ah, okay. So
and yet
Okay, so there we go. Got a little bit of a delay. Apologize. I'm using a different camera. The other one keeps turning off, so I'm not going to worry about it. So Mike's all, wow, you're so her lunch.
yeah.
So, if I understand correctly, out of character, it sounds like you're attempting to set her up kind of like a mentor as well as get your tattoo off.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So we will take care of that in a few. Sophie, at this point, with everybody having split from the train museum and kind of going their respective ways, you come back now to the house at this point and call it. It's not really a big deal. It doesn't weigh a lot. It's just a little bulky. And Colin's bringing it in and he's like, okay, you asked him why he bought a TV, right?
he said he wanted to put it in the he shed.
Okay. I mean, I can do that. This is better than the one we have in the living room.
Maybe
Good grief.
you could trade him or buy it off. I don't know.
No, I'll upgrade. I don't want to do that. That's kind of chintzy and whatever. Like I said, he's yours. I'm gonna go get this taken care of.
Did he come back with us, or did he go
Yeah.
back with
Yeah, he came back temporarily with you guys.
Okay. So Sophie's going to tell him about his brother getting into the ice cream and that they had to close him outside until his stomach settled.
And he's
And
like,
she's going to be like, "Don't do this. When you get back, make sure that your brother doesn't get into the ice cream."
and he's like, oh, I wasn't aware he was lactose intolerant.
You know, physiology is he eats way too much human food. I'm quite surprised.
Yeah. He says, well, I mean, he can digest it. It's not that big of a deal.
Clearly it is.
Oh, well, the milk, I suppose it is.
Just, for
Speaking of
future
which,
reference.
Have you told the roommate? Or has he officially moved out?
Oh, Doug? I think he moved out. He got his own place a while back, right? But I did tell him.
Okay.
I don't think they've met yet.
Okay. So then, but if he's not living here, then he shouldn't just be walking in. Okay, never mind. Crisis averted.
Yeah, I don't know what crisis you're referring to.
Someone walking in and being scared? The surprise?
Well, I did let him know.
The thunderous
We should
applause
do it.
of screams?
We should do a family picnic. We'll have
Oh.
Doug over and he can get to know everybody and
Oh, I see. Well,
Daddy can barbecue.
well, that sounds fine.
How are things going with your assignment?
It pains me to say this, but she's getting better.
What's the thing about forcing her into a suit?
New suit, do you?
You know that's really not her style.
And the style that she had before was working? That was the point. It was a psychological change. It was a physical change, as well as a spiritual one.
I see. Did you?
And to
did
his
you
defense, Ben actually helped enforce it. You should probably take a moment and commend him. I don't know what that looks like, but I tried to paw him on his head, but he was too far away.
Okay. I will let him know that you approved of his assistance.
And he is attempting to get her up on time.
Okay. Well, that's great. You weren't. You let them have their privacy, right?
Ah, why would I interfere in their time? Ugh.
Good. Just
I don't even do
making
that
sure
with you
you're
and Daddy. Are you kidding
just
me?
making sure you are representing me well.
Of course they have their privacy. Why would I want to see all those pots smashed together?
I'm
Goodness.
saying.
Mommy, you're just weird. You know I'm never in there when you and Daddy decide to do the horizontal mambo.
We can move on.
Well, thank you.
Well, go.
Doofus hasn't taken up too much room now, has he? I don't want to have to reclaim much.
I think he has very much enjoyed being the top cat at the house.
I'm going to have to reestablish myself when I get back.
Well,
Very well.
Go help your daddy position that TV.
Okay.
And
I'll be
maybe
back.
call us before instituting any new furniture in the house.
Oh, of course. I apologize. You know how I am with retail therapy.
I should confiscate your credit card.
No! Mommy, don't do that.
I'm watching you.
Well, I know you are, but no, that's barbaric. Don't threaten to take my card, please.
Go help your daddy.
Okay. You just kind of like trots off real quick. Okay, so Ben and Seth.
Yeah.
So you guys come rolling back up into your place. And as you come walking in with Dookie, you're kind of like looking around. He's very hesitant because it's, again, everything at this point is he's in a new place, new town. Everything smells different. You guys open up the door and Dozer comes running up and just pauses and he locks eyes with Dookie.
All right.
And he's
Dozer.
like really stiff.
Dozer, it's okay. Dookie is going to live with us.
So he's just like,
No,
so,
Dozer, be nice.
Dookie's like looking around. And he's like, Dookie's scared.
It's okay, Dookie. She's gonna reach down and pet him reassuringly.
Roll your, since you're attempting to assert yourself essentially over Dozer, roll your charisma and animal kin. Difficulty 7.
Oh, I hope if I put enough M's in.
Dice spot. Roll!
I'm trying. 3.
Okay. So Dozer just kind of backs off a little bit. He's still keeping his eye on Dookie, but he wanders off. And at this point, Cindy sees what's going on, and she was about ready to say hi, like she stops like mid sentence. She says, another dog?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dad,
yeah.
where's your arm?
Well,
I'm gonna
got
go
into
get
a
the dog.
scuffle. We'll explain inside here. Get the stuff and the dogs in.
Josepha's gonna let them talk. She's gonna go get Dookie
Okay.
settled in.
Yeah, so got in a scuffle up in Salem, working on a case, and lost an arm.
Yeah, you're saying that like really nonchalantly.
I mean,
Does this happen often?
no, not often, but okay, so right. So then when one of our kind, if you didn't know, if we lose something, it is possible for us to like grow it back, but it takes time. So it's not like a permanent thing. It just sucks for now.
So like Deadpool.
Kinda, yeah. We're gonna see if we can speed up the process, but I don't know how long it's gonna take. So
How do you speed up the process? Is it like some magic thing or something, or?
you don't want to know. Believe me, I don't even want to know. They're gonna do something. Anyway,
Okay.
how have you been, kiddo? I know you're not usually up at this time. I'm actually surprised you are.
Oh, I've like tried to change up my hours a little bit with Trish not being here anymore.
Right, yeah. Sorry that went down the way it did, but it's just gonna be better for her for now anyway, you know?
I'm not going to pretend to understand like what all that happened, other than she came back and said, "I guess it's for the best," and got her things and left.
Yeah, it's politics and weird familial things and all that going on. It's complicated to say the least, but what have you been up to then recently? Have you been able to like actually continue with your job or anything like that?
Uh, yeah, I had to get doctor's clearance, but I was able to use Dr. Prester to kind of slide through some of that stuff, so it wasn't so. Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm back to work. I guess some new movie or something is being done at Century Media Studios. Some filming, I guess, started up in Salem or something like that. Some big, some action sequence or something. So I'm hoping I can get on like the editing floor or something and work with that.
That'd be great. Actually, yeah. Let me know when you get in on that, because that'll be important. You editing that stuff.
Why did you say it like that?
Okay, so we've been gone for the past couple of nights, right? Well, the
Right.
reason was that I had to go up there for work to find this guy, Juan, who had been missing for a few months. We did end up finding him.
Okay.
All that's good, but there was a bad guy, a rogue anarch, a monster. We managed to find him, and it took a lot to take him down. And that's probably the reason why Century Media Studios is making a movie about it. That
So you were involved in this movie thing?
yeah, wasn't really okay. So I'm not sure how much of Vampire Society you were able to see when you were haunting people for all that time, but I
Muy
mean,
poquito.
okay, just yeah. So there's a lot, it turns out, that goes on that's actually because of what vampires want to happen. A lot of it seems to be the cam, because that's they're wheeling and dealing and pulling strings behind the scenes and all that stuff, but all of us kind of do that to a degree just to make sure that if we get seen or something seemingly impossible happens, we can kind of cover it up. It's that
Oh, is
whole
that
masquerade
that
thing that I
masquerade
was.
thing? Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember you guys mentioning that, like when I came back.
exactly. That's more or less what's going on here. We had a bit of action going on taking that guy down, and well, some people saw that, and it would make sense if that was an action scene in a movie rather than something that should be impossible, you
Gotcha.
know?
So I don't really have a job then, is what you're saying.
I mean, you do. It's, hey, it's gonna help us out, princess. I mean, don't feel bad about it or anything. It's super good that you're gonna be doing that.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I was kind of hoping it would be like an actual project, not like, government cover up. But okay, well, I if they pay me, they pay me. I guess I can't complain.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm sure you're gonna get more work, just occasionally there might be something like this that pops up. It's a
Okay.
freebie.
Sure.
But yeah, anything else happening recently?
I went to check out this Black Dog Games Vampire LARP.
How'd that go?
Uh, I'm not. I mean, I'm not the type that's in front of the camera, really. But I mean, I get the whole acting aspect. He had that guy from Stargate One or SG-1 or whatever. Like one of the Joe something, I think, or something. I don't remember the guy's name, but he was acting like some foreign dignitary or to the Revenants. I guess that's what they're called.
Okay. Huh. Wow. Well, that's cool. Is that like did he come in just for that event or something?
I guess he's been here before, but yeah, I'm he came for that specific event. They treated it kind of like a mini convention or something. They had like 100 people there.
Wow. Hmm. Well, that's good to know. 100 people there, huh? Wow. Does that happen like on a regular basis or something? Do you know?
Uh, sort of. The guy who runs it was putting out a flyer, and I think he's doing it like quarterly now, as like a premium event sort of thing. I guess he has something that goes on in between then that they're not like the big events. But yeah, I mean, I guess he does do it all the time. But the one that I went to was one of those the big ones. So it's like $50 to get in.
Oh, okay. How'd you like it? Was it fun?
Yeah, I mean, it was really interesting. I mean, it's I mean, you got people there who think they can act, so that's kind of a drag because they can't, they suck. But then you've got some people who really get into it. That I know you know who I'm talking about. Wing Girl.
Gaia, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. She was there. But the kicker is she doesn't like hide what she is.
Okay, so
They
she was
they think she,
cosplaying as
yeah,
a
they
thing.
I guess she has kind of a rep as like a gargoyle cosplayer. or something like that. And yeah, they were jazzed. They thought it was like really cool, and she fit in. I mean, there was a bunch of other people there that were like dressed up and whatnot.
Hmm.
It was like the '90s threw up in there, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's good to know. Well, sounds like you had a good time. I'm glad. You deserve that with everything. I know I haven't been able to hang out with you much. I apologize.
I get it. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be time, or at least that's what my new friends are telling me. Do you know Jill?
Jill, right? Yeah. Oh, okay. So you've met her then too.
Yeah. Not through that group, but I guess through the guy who runs it pointed me in their direction. So I've been kind of hanging out with them. So Stephanie and Jill and whatnot. Yeah. So
That's great. That reminds me, I gotta call the office and make sure Jay knows we finished the case. See if there's any paperwork to do. But yeah. Hey, we should do something after I get my arm back, probably. But yeah, I'm glad you're doing good, kiddo.
so you would say we can do something when you get a grip?
You know, I'm supposed to be with the dad jokes here. You gotta stay in your lane.
She's she's like, well, it looks like you lost your arm when you tried to signal your lane turn. So I mean,
2 for 2. Boy, am I losing it. Oh, jeez.
says, well, so
Okay.
long as you're okay. I mean, you don't seem to be like wincing in like pain or whatever have you. And I don't even want to see the nub. That just it's weird enough disassociating seeing the jacket coat just kind of fall off the side.
Yeah, it feels weird. Doesn't happen that often, but when it does, it's always strange. Anyway, yeah. Oh, shoot, I should have asked Magic Man for some of that goop. That would have made this easier. I have to call him too.
Magic goop for I don't think I even want to know.
He's got like this healing cream that actually helps us deal with wounds and stuff. It's pretty impressive, actually. But anyway, yeah, more vampire stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna call some people and
And get your arm ointment.
yeah,
I got you.
exactly. All right.
Okay. Well, love you, Dad. I'm gonna make sure Dozer doesn't like get into too much trouble.
All right, kiddo. And he goes ahead and gives her a hug, kiss on the forehead.
Okay.
Then he goes ahead and calls Jay just to let him know that, like, everything's taken care of with Juan Perales and whatever needs to happen to finish that up.
Okay. Yeah. No problem. And so Jay at that point will let you know that he's gonna put through the case, let them know it's closed and dealt with, and he will let you know. He'll let you know when they get the alert that the money's put through for the closed case. So
Sweet. And does he know how Jesse and Ryan and Jim are doing in the talent case?
he actually says that they are still out of town dealing with that. They're working with Eamon.
Okay. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
He hasn't had an update just yet, but when he does, I'll let you know.
Okay. Cool. And then that's right. Actually, did Ben ever get a text back from Detective Rhombus regarding the switcheroo with the package for Hadrian's deal up in Salem?
Yeah, that was taken care of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I would just text Colin and be like, forgot to ask, can you make more of that the healing cream?
So he sends a text back and he says, yeah, I mean, I can make some more up. It's gonna take about a day though. Is that okay?
And he says, be completely fine. Let me know and I'll swing by and grab some.
Okay. So he gives you a thumbs up emoji.
All right. then I go find Steph.
How's Cindy?
She's doing good. She's actually been palling around with like Jill and Stephanie and them. So she's been making some friends amongst the group. Oh, and she went to a like a quarterly LARP thing. You know that the things that Doug runs. He apparently runs like a big event. A bunch of people come by. They pay to get in, and yeah, she got to experience that too. So
Didn't
good
think
time
she
so far.
was into that kind of stuff.
Well, she hasn't had time to figure out what she's into, seems like. So it's good. She's branching out.
Yeah, it is good.
Anyway, I let Jay know, so that case is going to be processed. He'll let us know when the payment comes in. The others up in Talent, they're still working with Eamon actually up there right now.
Oh,
That,
okay.
that must be rough. They've been there for a few nights now.
Must be one heck of a case.
Yeah, they were saying that there were some. I believe that was another missing kid thing. I'm not sure how many or if that's tied to Salem, but yeah. Anyway, they're working on that. Seems like the Hadrian switcheroo I figured with the detective, that's been taken care of, so I'm just foot loose and hand loose and fancy free, I guess.
I think you could have done better.
I know, I'm out of practice. Even my own daughter's got me. God, I can't believe 2 of them in a row.
She didn't offer you a hand?
I don't need you. No, you stop that now. What's going on here? I lose one arm and I'm losing control.
I'm sorry, honey. Well, I think Dookie is going to be okay as long as him and Dozer can get along. I hope they can get along.
Yeah. Fortunately, Dozer got some of that training. Are you gonna be training Dookie then?
It would probably help us, yes. What do you think?
I mean, might as well. I'd rather both dogs be trained rather than just one. And I know he's not gonna get like the military training like Dozer got or whatever that was, but something's better
I
than
don't know.
nothing.
We'll have to ask Cindy where they took Dozer.
Yeah, they wouldn't be.
Maybe she wouldn't mind taking Dookie during the day while we're resting.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I don't know if I want to have to learn how to talk to him, but like if I need to do that, I guess I will.
And I can teach you. It's not too hard.
All right, might be interesting. That way I know what all the barking and meowing and cawing and all the other sounds actually mean.
It helps.
Well,
Because I think you're about the only one right now that doesn't talk to the animals.
yeah, I gotta talk to the doc as well. Speaking of animals, dealing with my thing with snakes. So dumb.
You haven't talked to him yet?
No, I haven't had the time. I guess I've got time now.
Yeah, I would go ahead and call him. I'm just going to get us unpacked.
Right, thanks, babe. So then, yeah, Ben's gonna go ahead and place a call to Dr. Prester.
Okay. So the phone picks up. This is Dr. Prester's office.
Hey, Doc, it's Ben. How are things?
Oh, Mr. Baxter. Things are quite well. Did your daughter tell you that she reached out to me recently?
She did. Yeah. Of course, doctor, patient privilege, all that. I take it she's doing well, though. Sound like from her end she was doing okay.
I assisted her with some medical clearance paperwork that she needed to return from her leave of absence to work.
Good, good.
It was something that the union designated, but otherwise she seems to be fine.
Excellent. Okay. Good to hear. Good to hear. Yeah. Yeah. I know we keep asking you to talk to people and stuff, and you're probably busy, but wondering if you have time for another patient, namely me.
That is interesting. I would be happy to try to fit you in. What exactly is this in regarding?
Uh, a couple of things. First off, so stupid. Just most of my life, I've always been weirded out by snakes. Just, I got this fear about them. Just their lack of legs, and they move around, and they're just, God, I hate it.
So it sounds like a genuine phobia.
Yeah, I don't know why I have it. I just do, and well, that's been causing some problems. If you could imagine why that would be. um, but yeah, so that's one thing, and another thing I was just thinking of really. How did I don't know how much experience you've got dealing with others of us who believe in things that are different, like they follow different paths, if you know what I mean.
Oh yes, the paths of enlightenment. I'm familiar with the makeup, but regretfully, that I do not have much experience with those who follow paths of enlightenment. As you can understand, psychology follows our inborn humanity.
Right.
It would
Yeah.
require a likely a degree in psychology and extensive knowledge of each individual path, and that is something I lack.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, not that I'm trying to find out more about those paths per se, but just what's your take on trying to mingle and try to rectify like how they think with how we think? Have you ever dealt with that at all?
I can't say I have specifically.
Okay. Figure to give it a shot, you being the, counselor and all, so, but if you haven't done with it, you haven't dealt with it. That's fine. The other thing though, the fear, I need to figure out how to deal with that.
Well, I'm certain there are some things we could perhaps discuss, and a version of therapy we might be able to undertake. It would depend, of course, on how much time that you have available. When I know that you maintain a busy schedule, when would be the earliest that you could try and make an appointment?
Well, actually, I'm more or less free right now. I'm gonna be free for probably the next few nights at least, given my physical condition.
I'm sure there's a story with that. Then let's try to schedule you in first thing tomorrow night.
Excellent. All right, I'll be there.
And was there
Appreciate it,
anything
Doc.
else I could assist you with?
you know, if there is, I guess I'll talk to you about it tomorrow night.
Fair enough. Well, then I will see you tomorrow evening. Say around 8 p.m.
Excellent. See you then, Doc. Thanks again.
Okay. And he hangs up.
All right.
Okay. And did anybody have anything else?
I
No,
don't
I
know.
mean, that wasn't enough.
No, that's fine. Davey, you held your finger up.
I don't know if this is worth playing out, but I do need to call the realtor to buy a house.
yeah, we don't have to play
Yeah.
that out.
Yeah. Alright.
But go ahead and make a resource roll in the
Sure.
chat, and I'll let you know what you get for a number of successes is the amount of resources you have available to purchase a. It's going to give you your purchasing level, I should say, right now for your house availability.
Nice. Okay.
Unfortunately, houses in Ashland are pretty expensive.
Okay. 2 successes.
Okay. So the best that you could afford right now, without like burning a point of your resources, which, how many do you have?
3.
3. Okay, so you got 2. You could probably get something in. You could definitely get something in a low income area.
Low income. Okay.
Which in this case would be it would actually be the south end of town.
South End. Ooh, okay.
Or you could just save and stack your resources and just buy a better house in a better place.
But where would I stay?
You know.
Apartment.
Yeah. Or something. I'm just saying, like, I know you want to buy a house, but
Speaking of which, where are you staying?
Oh, he's staying in his car for now.
Ooh, okay.
oh,
Yeah.
so it's just an improvement. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay, maybe I'll search for an apartment then.
I hope you found a nice
Or condo.
underground parking garage
Yeah, that would.
to keep it in.
Okay.
Well, there is. So, if you're interested, and this could have been a conversation that was brought up at some point. We'll say Sophie probably would have brought that up, kind of being the den mother of the city.
Yeah.
That there was still a group haven that actually isn't in use anymore.
Really?
Which one is that?
It has
Oh
the
yeah,
gold
I
toilet.
guess
The one that we all
they
left.
probably took the gold seed with them, right? I assume.
Wait,
We know
one?
Benedict
I-
doesn't
sorry, I
like being
didn't hear that.
separated from that.
Yeah, no, the gold toilet remained.
Yeah, the old
The
community
gold,
haven.
the gold toilet remained.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. I what haven?
The one where you used to live.
The old group haven that you used to live in with Remus and Ben.
Ben.
What the hell was that? I don't even remember that.
That
You
was
don't
the
remember
house
what?
with
It's
the
The
staying
house
there
that got blown
and-
up.
I'll
No.
go. I'll go there if that's okay.
Yeah,
No,
no,
that
it didn't
house-
get blown up.
That house was not blown up.
Okay,
This is
then
the
No,
one
this
where-
is the one that Revis and
Remus.
Ben stayed out.
Remus.
Oh, Remus,
Okay.
sorry.
You know, he had like the fridge.
Well, yeah, that house. Why was that abandoned?
Because
Everybody wanted their own place.
everybody felt like it was compromised.
Is
they
not
got their own
Remus
place.
still there?
No,
And
Yeah,
nobody's there.
Remus got his own
What?
place.
Okay, I'm sorry. I guess I missed all that. Like, the hell is that place abandoned for?
Well, not
Well,
anymore.
I mean, if
no,
people,
no, you're not taking it. That's mine. Nope.
Oh.
I mean, technically, it belongs.
Now that I
to,
know, I did not know that.
technically it belongs to Malcolm and Trudy. They're the ones that bought it.
All right, well, I will buy it from her.
Okay,
Then.
she's okay. She would be okay with that.
Yeah, they moved out because they felt it was
I had
too
no. I'm sorry,
compromised.
guys. I've been out of the
Yeah.
loop. I had no idea. Sorry, not sorry. You can rent it from me, but I will buy it out from under you. Sorry.
Well, this would be good having a vampire landlord. Okay,
And they
well,
tend to
No
look
idea.
the other
Sorry,
way
guys.
on certain
yeah. Okay, well,
problems.
I'll live there and I'll pay rent to whoever ends up owning it.
okay. So
I
you
had-
guys,
Oh my
you
God.
guys can take that up in the chat then,
Yes.
in the Discord chat. Just make that like a part of the notes or whatever have you, or if you want to, role play. If you want to,
I'm happy to roleplay it. I don't care either way.
if you want to get that detailed, because there are things about the place that you should probably know in character.
Mhm.
So
Oh yeah.
I mean, you definitely do that. But the reason why I was double checking that, make sure there was nothing else, because if there is something else, we can go ahead and wrap here.
Yeah,
For
I'm
the night.
going to wrap here, honestly.
Cool. So, what we're gonna do from here? Actually, one more thing. Davey, why don't you go
Yes.
into the chat and roll 1d10?
Roll 1d10.
So it's just /r space 1d10.
5.
5. I know I've already done this, but take that, multiply it by 5. That is Christmas
25.
XP.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Yay!
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
How much?
Already spent like my paycheck.
Wait, so
25?
25
Like
XP?
rent. 25 XP.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
25.
That
Next
was
time roll a 9 or a 10.
I was gonna ask because my dog, his birthday is today, and I was gonna ask if you roll
no.
for XP.
Birthday XP, I
Yeah, birthday-
appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Good try,
And
but
now,
no.
if you were like a gangrel that could like shapeshift and do that, sure.
But no, I'm doing that because you guys managed to wrap up a particular plot line that had been lingering at this point for
Yay.
4 or 5 months, I think, easy.
Which one?
Nice.
That?
Wacy Romanowski.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
And also, Davey, if you wanted to roleplay that scene with Isadora, we can do
Sure.
that. We can do that in the Discord chat.
Sure.
So
That should be
that'd be
entertaining.
fine. So in the meantime, this is where we're actually closing for the night. We're not going to have a Marvel Superheroes game tomorrow. We already have stuff scheduled. There's a concert I'm going to be going to. So our next game coming up is actually going to be Wednesday the 27th, which will be Cyberpunk. And then on the 28th, it should be, unless something happens, we're going to have Street Fighter. So
Nice.
looking forward to that.
I plan on being there.
Okay,
so.
cool. So 27th, 28th, both of those at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard. It's actually not Pacific Standard. It's Mountain Standard Time. I just looked it up. Because it was actually 5 something when it was actually 6. So anyways, that is that. Thank you guys all for popping in and checking with us, chatting with us, playing in the comments, and we will catch you again next time. Good night, guys.
Have a good night. Night all.